Every day, your mind is deciding your future without asking you. Your habits, your fears, your distractions, they're all in control right now. And if you don't take command of your mind, it will quietly take command of your life. Control your mind, or it will control you. Most people don't realize it, but they wake up every morning already defeated. Not by circumstances, not by other people, but by a mind they never trained. Before the world speaks to them, their thoughts speak first. Before reality makes a demand, fear makes a suggestion. And before opportunity knocks, doubt has already locked the door. This is the quiet truth no one warns you about. If you don't control your mind, it will control you, silently, constantly, and without mercy. Your mind is either your greatest ally or your most dangerous enemy. There is no neutral ground. Every failure that looks like bad luck began as undisciplined thinking. Every success that looks like magic began as controlled thought. Dale Carnegie understood this long before neuroscience gave it a name. He knew that men and women are not defeated by events. They are defeated by the meaning they assign to those events. The same fire that forges steel can melt it. The same mind that builds empires can destroy a life. The difference is control. Look around you. Most people are not living, they are reacting. Reacting to noise, reacting to opinions, reacting to yesterday's mistakes and tomorrow's fears. They believe they are thinking, but they are only repeating patterns they never chose. A mind left unattended becomes a battlefield. Every insecurity marches in, every comparison takes root, every excuse builds a home. And slowly, quietly, the person you could have become fades into someone you barely recognize. This is why discipline of thought matters more than motivation. Motivation fades, control remains. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times, not because he lacked intelligence, but because he refused to let failure control his thinking. He trained his mind to interpret setbacks as feedback, not verdicts. Abraham Lincoln lost elections, businesses, and reputation, yet he mastered the one thing that mattered: perspective. He did not allow momentary defeat to become permanent identity. The mind always obeys the strongest voice it hears most often. For most people, that voice is fear. Fear whispers, "Wait." Fear says, "You're not ready." Fear says, "What if it doesn't work?" And because fear is familiar, it feels safe. But safety has never built greatness. Control begins when you realize this simple law. You don't have to believe every thought you think. Thoughts are not commands, they are suggestions. A disciplined mind questions its own negativity. An undisciplined mind accepts it as truth. This is where transformation begins. Not in external change, but internal governance. When you control your mind, you control your reactions. When you control your reactions, you control your habits. When you control your habits, you control your destiny. Most people try to change their lives by changing their environment. The disciplined few change their lives by changing their inner dialogue. They do not wait to feel confident, they act, and confidence follows. They do not wait for clarity. They move, and clarity reveals itself. They do not wait for permission. They decide. Decision is the first act of mental dominance. The moment you decide who you are becoming, the mind begins to reorganize itself around that identity. This is why Carnegie emphasized purpose over pressure. A mind with purpose does not collapse under difficulty. It sharpens. Pressure doesn't break disciplined minds, it reveals them. Every day, your mind is being trained, either by you or by the world, by intention or by accident. Social noise trains it, past failures train it, Other people's expectations train it, unless you interrupt the pattern. Control does not mean suppression, it means direction. You don't silence emotion, you lead it. You don't eliminate fear, you command it. Fear becomes fuel when placed under discipline. A controlled mind does not eliminate doubt, it outgrows it. This is why some people remain calm in chaos, why some remain focused when others panic, why some rise while others rationalize. They have practiced mastery in private. They have learned that discipline is not restriction, it is freedom. Freedom from impulsive reactions, freedom from self-sabotage, freedom from the prison of untrained thought. And once this control is established, something powerful happens. You stop being pushed by life and start pulling it toward you. Your vision sharpens, your words carry weight, your presence changes. People feel it before you say anything, because a controlled mind creates controlled energy. And energy, when directed, becomes influence. This is not motivation, this is command. And it only begins when you decide that your mind will no longer be a place of chaos, but a place of authority. Because the moment you fail to control your mind, it will decide your limits for you. The moment you begin to control your mind, resistance appears. Not from the world, from within. Old habits don't leave quietly. Old fears don't surrender without a fight. The mind you are trying to master will test you, challenge you, and attempt to pull you back into comfort. This is normal, because the mind prefers what is familiar over what is powerful. Most people mistake this resistance as a sign to stop. The disciplined few recognize it as proof they are finally moving forward. Your mind has been conditioned for years, sometimes decades, to think in a certain way, to doubt before it dares, to hesitate before it commits, to retreat before it risks. And now, when you demand control, it resists. This is where belief becomes the battlefield. Belief is not blind optimism, it is trained certainty. A controlled mind does not wait for evidence before it believes, it creates evidence through action. Henry Ford understood this deeply. When he said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right," he wasn't speaking in metaphors, he was stating a psychological law. The mind does not follow reality, reality follows the mind. Your actions obey your beliefs obey your inner dialogue, and your inner dialogue obeys discipline, or the lack of it. Most people allow their past to speak louder than their future. They replay old failures like permanent sentences. They confuse past mistakes with present identity. But a disciplined mind knows this truth. The past is information, not instruction. You don't erase it, you reframe it. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every delay becomes preparation. Every rejection becomes refinement. This is not positive thinking. This is intelligent thinking. A weak mind asks, "Why is this happening to me?" A strong mind asks, "What is this shaping me into?" This shift changes everything. Clarity emerges not when life becomes easy, but when the mind becomes decisive. Indecision is mental chaos. Decision is mental order. When you decide, the mind aligns. When the mind aligns, energy concentrates. When energy concentrates, progress accelerates. This is why successful people move faster, not because they rush, but because they hesitate less. They are not smarter, they are clearer. Clarity eliminates friction. A disciplined mind does not argue with itself all day, it gives instructions and follows through. This is where vision enters. Vision is not fantasy, It is controlled imagination. The undisciplined mind daydreams and escapes. The disciplined mind visualizes and executes. Walt Disney saw worlds before they existed, but vision alone did not build his empire. Discipline did. He trained his mind to persist when reality disagreed with imagination. This is the real work, holding vision steady while circumstances try to shake it. Most people abandon their vision the moment discomfort appears. They mistake difficulty for a warning instead of a requirement. But discomfort is not danger. It is growth announcing itself. A controlled mind understands this. Purpose strengthens discipline. When you know why you are doing something, excuses lose their power. When your purpose is clear, motivation becomes unnecessary. You don't need to feel like it. You do it because it aligns with who you are becoming. This is identity-based control. You stop asking, "What do I feel like doing today?" and start asking, "What would the disciplined version of me do right now?" This single question changes behavior instantly, because discipline is easier when it becomes identity. You are no longer forcing yourself, you are expressing yourself. Action becomes natural, and with action comes momentum. Momentum is the reward of mental control. The first step is heavy. The second is lighter. The third creates rhythm. Soon, what once required effort becomes automatic. This is how habits are forged. Not through intensity, but through consistency. A controlled mind does not chase extremes. It commits to standards. It shows up on ordinary days. It works when no one is watching. It trains when applause is absent. Because discipline is not performance, it is preparation. And preparation compounds. Day after day, the mind strengthens, focus sharpens, confidence deepens. Not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. And once the mind is trained to act instead of hesitate, to respond instead of react, to focus instead of scatter, you enter a different level of existence. A level where external chaos no longer dictates internal order. And from that place, resilience is born. Resilience is not toughness. It is flexibility under pressure. A controlled mind does not break when challenged, it adjusts. Most people collapse because their identity is fragile. They tie their self-worth to outcomes, approval, and short-term results. So when something fails, they feel like they failed. But a disciplined mind separates who you are from what happened. Failure becomes feedback, pressure becomes training, pain becomes information. This is why resilient people recover faster. They don't dramatize difficulty, they analyze it. They ask better questions. Not, "Why am I stuck?" but "What skill is missing?" Not, "Why does this keep happening?" but "What pattern must change?" Adaptability begins here. The world does not reward rigidity. It rewards those who can evolve without losing direction. Abraham Lincoln lost elections, businesses, and public respect repeatedly. What he did not lose was control of his inner narrative. He did not allow circumstances to rewrite his purpose. A controlled mind bends, but it does not drift. It understands this law. Direction matters more than speed. You do not need to move fast, you need to move true. This removes desperation. Desperation clouds judgment. Calm clarity sharpens it. And clarity comes from learning. The disciplined mind is a student for life, not because it lacks confidence, but because it respects reality. Arrogance closes the mind, curiosity expands it. Those who stop learning begin declining the moment they believe they've arrived. But the disciplined mind never arrives, it advances. It studies its own behavior, it audits its habits, it upgrades its thinking. Every day becomes refinement. And slowly, almost invisibly, transformation occurs. You begin to notice silence where anxiety once lived, certainty where confusion once ruled, focus where distraction once dominated. Your presence changes. People feel it before they understand it. You speak less, but with more weight. You react less, but with more intention. You move with restraint and power. This is unshakable presence. Not loud, not aggressive, not performative. It is rooted. The kind of presence that does not seek validation because it is grounded in self-command. This is why controlled minds attract trust, why leaders are followed before they are understood, why calm people command attention in chaotic rooms, because control radiates authority. And authority comes from mastery, not over others, but over self. Gratitude strengthens this mastery, not the shallow gratitude of comfort, but the disciplined gratitude of perspective. Gratitude reminds the mind that progress is happening even when perfection is not. It prevents entitlement, it preserves humility, it sharpens awareness. A disciplined mind does not rush the process, it respects the path. And when setbacks return, as they always do, the disciplined mind does not panic. It pauses, it recalibrates, it proceeds, again and again and again. This repetition builds something rare, mental endurance. Endurance outlasts talent. Endurance outlives motivation. Endurance survives seasons. This is why most people quit right before momentum arrives. They mistake temporary discomfort for permanent defeat. But the disciplined mind knows the truth. The breakthrough always comes after the resistance. Always. And when it comes, quietly, unexpectedly, you will not be surprised because you trained for it. You controlled your mind when it tried to wander. You disciplined it when it tried to negotiate. You guided it when it tried to doubt. And now, the mind serves you, not as a saboteur, but as an ally. This is the turning point. The moment you realize nothing outside of you has power unless you give it permission. And from here, you don't just survive life, you direct it. Control, at its highest level, is not suppression. It is alignment. You are no longer fighting your impulses, you are leading them. Most people live in reaction mode. They wake up responding to messages, moods, memories, and fears they didn't choose. Their day owns them before they ever touch it. But a controlled mind begins the day with intent. Not a long checklist, not frantic ambition, a single decision. Today, I act on principle, not impulse. That one choice rewires everything. Impulse seeks comfort. Principle seeks growth. Impulse wants relief now. Principle wants results later. This is the line that separates those who drift from those who build. When temptation appears, and it always will, the controlled mind does not argue emotionally. It does not negotiate with weakness. It remembers identity. I am not the kind of person who does this. Identity ends internal debate. This is why habits stick when they are tied to who you are, not what you want. Want fades. Identity anchors. Dale Carnegie understood this deeply. He knew that confidence was not loudness, it was consistency. People trusted him because he trusted his process. He spoke with certainty because his actions were aligned. Alignment creates credibility, and credibility compounds. You begin to notice something subtle. You need less external motivation, because momentum is now internal. You don't wait to feel ready. You act because readiness is irrelevant. Action produces clarity, not the other way around. This is where dominance over the mind becomes visible. You choose discomfort deliberately. You delay gratification instinctively. You execute without drama. Others call it discipline. But discipline is simply self-respect in motion. You stop breaking promises to yourself, and every kept promise strengthens the mind's authority. Confidence rises, not as arrogance, but as quiet certainty. You no longer need to announce your goals. Your behavior speaks, and behavior is louder than intention. The controlled mind understands time. It does not rush, it does not stall, it moves steadily, regardless of applause. This is why true growth often looks boring from the outside. No chaos, no hype, no emotional swings, just consistency. Day after day, decision after decision, until one day people say, "You changed." But you know the truth. You didn't change suddenly. You controlled yourself daily, and now results have no choice but to follow. This is the final realization. The mind will either be a weapon or a wound. If you do not train it, it will turn on you. If you master it, it will protect you. Every thought becomes intentional. Every action becomes deliberate. Every setback becomes fuel. You stop asking for life to be easier. You become stronger. And from that strength comes freedom. Not freedom from effort, but freedom from inner chaos. The noise fades, the doubt quiets, the path sharpens. You know what to do, and you do it. No waiting, no excuses, no second guessing. This is mastery. This is command. This is what happens when you control your mind instead of letting it control you.
This channel isn't for everyone. It's for those who choose discipline over excuses.